Hi guys, it is Black Spring with Autumn here on your Saturday. And I'm still doing DIY stuff right now, just FYI. So if you look behind me, you can see that there are doors behind me, doors in front of me, and other products to the right of me. So I hope you guys are doing well out there. I just wanted to say there are so many things coming out about our mocktail. And the CDC apparently have released something in reference to the spike in CANCER as well as A to the I to the D to the S. So I kind of want to cover that extensively, or I kind of want to just give it to you straight and let you guys, process it however you like. But I just decided I'd drop in for a second. There's a lot going on. Shout out to the Lockhart Perspective. I just wanted to say mostly the stream, especially, warehouse, coming live to you from a warehouse. This is DIY Black Spring, by the way. So it's not, so you guys are like, why are you dragging us into these DIYs? But shout out to the Lockhart Perspective for covering, for basically putting, for speaking up on the elephant in the room when it comes to past, present, and who knows, people that lack veracity. And when I say that, I'm speaking in reference to this Carly Russell case. I think what I've been curious to see, what I've seen in many comment sections or in many blogs or chats, everybody's already diagnosed this girl. The court of public opinion has already decided that this girl, oh, well, I hope that she doesn't do X, Y, and Z and become harmful to herself because of from embarrassment or from shame. I'm like, wait a minute, we have shame? Shame still exists in this society? I'm just saying. But to me, I'm along from the school right now of the being quite cynical, no matter what the background is, that they are laying a framework. They are conditioning us to me, really just accept just about anything. And to some people that may say, well, there's no body, there's no damaged person, so there's not a crime. You got people that are along those kinds of thoughts, okay? But what I'm saying is the emotional abuse or the emotional exploitation that a state or a community goes through, can you really put a value on that? I mean, does it have a heartbeat? No. I mean, a lot of people reacted to this thing. State of Alabama, I know. And that's once again, shout out to the Lockhart Perspective. I'm quite familiar with Alabama. I have my own roots, and I do know it's been pretty much contrary to whatever the elitists think about the state of Alabama. People here, they know their rights. They know the Bill of Rights. They know the Constitution quite well. So a lot of times, the intelligence can be put on a stage, like there can be bias towards Alabama, not okay from the past, but most people that have the elites tend to, they get stuck on that. It's very narcissistic. They kind of get stuck on the past, and it helps to pad their little elite or their little fake pedestal. But you do have solid people in the South, and shout out to the Lockhart Perspective again. It's pretty much like monkey business, tomfoolery kind of stuff. It's not that kind of a state. So I would anticipate, I don't know if a slap on the mental health risk is going to supersede the law. I really don't. Because to me, if we're going to say that Lady Justice is blind, then that means whatever the books say would apply. But, people are going to contradict themselves, and, they're going to virtue signal, and everybody's going to do their psychological analysis in order to pad which will help. It'll help the agenda of the kind of things that are going on right now. So, but I'm just saying, we don't really do, whether there's stigma that comes to a lot of things, where it's mental health, it doesn't matter what it is, but there's nothing that's been done about it. So I don't know if that's going to wash. And I do think that maybe this is done. Maybe this may be another thing to ignite something on a racial level because of Alabama's past. We interrupt this for home decor. Okay. So I guess I'm opining from I just want to put this into perspective for people that are not from the state of Alabama, that don't have any, whether you have roots or not. You have to know, if you don't live, you're not a resident, you didn't grow up here, you don't have family here, that I do think that there's still a level of fairness here. Whether you want to look at if you want to get stuck in the 1950s, the 40s, the 30s, or whatever, if you want to go back to the days of George Wallace blocking university, go on and do it. But it's the 21st century right now. And I do believe that if Lady Justice is blind, something's gonna come up. It's not gonna be, I don't know. It's not gonna be, I would imagine she's not gonna get as they say, a Jussie Smollett. She's not gonna get a Jussie Smollett slap on the wrist. That's my contention right now. It won't be that kind. Not from this state. Nope. It will not be. There's just one thing about it. People believe in family, and they believe in the Bibles, and they believe in boomsticks. Okay? You cross those lines, or if you do anything too far, wackadoodles, then you're gonna get it. I do think that this young lady has 99 problems. I do. But at the same time, it becomes the boy who cried wolf, for the lack of a better allusion that I'm going to say. Because, people are going to think about this case the next time. You can't help it. It is what it is. It's not what it's not. People are going to think about what happened with this when they get ready to, when it comes up again. I'm not saying that it's going to cause them to move less, to be less, responsive, but I'm saying it's going to be in the minds. It's going to be etched in the minds of the community. It's going to be etched in the minds of, that people that are, whether they're FBI or whatever they are, they're trained. They're trained to sniff things out anyway, but the emotional, you can't change that. Human nature, you're not going to change that. Hi, Marty Lauderdale. Thank you so much for coming on. Just let me get my iPad. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, yes, please drop Dr. Lockhart's channel there anywhere. And also, feel free to drop yours as well, Marty Lauderdale. She says, I feel so bad having got... No, don't worry about that. I will be here. I will be here. But what I'm saying is, this situation, but see, here's my problem. My problem from a, quote, cultural, some people will, I've talked about this the other night, some people will lie to a line. They will lie to keep a lie going. Well, if you're dealing with the truth, and, it can withstand any crisis, right? But you can't come out here and start creating cases for things that don't really... You just, where would this be fair? And then I've even heard some people say, happen to be black or, quote, African Americans, oh, well, she's going to drag all the boule into it. And well, listen, if that's what what do you mean dragging? If you're going to get into it, she affiliated herself with these people, and these people affiliated themselves with her. So that's what happens when something criminal is done. People get dragged into it. You're going to get dragged into it. An entire group of people gets dragged into it. They just drug an entire race of people into something, but you're more concerned about the boule. Okay, I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So you're going to get drugged into something. You're right. Right on. If you lie, you lie. It is what it is. And so yeah, I can get his point. Yeah, people will be dragged into it. But to me, it just seems like whether it's employees, boules, secret society, whatever it is, they need to do whatever they need to do to get to they need to complete a full investigation. And, there's one thing about it in the state of Alabama. If somebody hears something about somebody being harmed, especially if it's a child, they're going to go for it. They're going to look for it. They don't care. They don't actually care whether it's a black, a blue, green, or orange child. It's the word child is all you need, all you have to say. That's it. And that's all. But like I said, some people are going to make this about, and they might even use it to try to trigger something. But I do think that the people of the state of Alabama are much more astute and much more, they're much more, they have a higher discernment than they're given credit for. And they want to be left alone. So just as I'm paraphrasing her, as Russell's parents have said, they're not going to be bullied. And believe me, the state of Alabama and the people that live in Alabama are not going to be bullied either. It won't be tolerated. So, I just wanted to just mention that. So, and as I'm, walking the halls of the bays of a warehouse, Lowe's, the warehouse, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. But, the virtual signaling and all this stuff really has to stop. What is to be learned from all this? Are we in a better place? Some people they just got to lie to align. That's the place that they want to be. They want to deal with. They don't really care if this is harmful to an entire group or race of people, or to the cause, or to the imminence, or to the threats of something like this in the future. They don't care. But I do believe that there's something that's being, the eyes will be on the state of Alabama, is what I'm saying. I said all that to say the eyes will be on the state. And believe me, the people of the state will be watching as well. Yes, they will. And, that's pretty much it. I have plenty of, I'm in the state of Alabama myself, and I'm very familiar with it. Okay, it's unlike any place in the world, but I think it also gets a bad rap here again because the media and the writers of history they try to control the narrative. But once you go to these actual places, and once you become a part of these communities and get to know the people from these places, you'll start to think, wait a minute, something's off here. This is not quite jiving with what I was told or I learned, and to me, based on what we've seen, I'm telling you, just prove all things. Prove all things. That's my recommendation. So let's see. Marty says, I was so worried about this girl first night. Then I think info started coming out. Dumb move on her part. Yeah. Very much. Yeah, good to see you, Marty. I appreciate you so much for coming in. And take your time. I've got time. Take your time. I'm around. So yeah. But I will catch up with you guys later. There's so many things coming in about this, the mocktail. My gosh, there's some, the CDC's releasing them. But see, the CDC will punish me because I mentioned it. Because I revealed what's being reported from the CDC. You see how that works? So from that point, we'll get back to it. And then also the CBDC's stuff is happening as well. That they're going to deny that as well. All right, guys. Well, I will check in with you later. I'm actually looking for doors right now. And I'll see what I come up with. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your, what's today? Today's Saturday for now.